Had the pleasure of working with a 5'4", 140-pound powerhouse guy in great shape at 34, Joe from Philly, the Rocky Balboa of softball. Look at the hips here. The front leg doesn't straighten out and drive back. It's more of a brace, buckle brace, and then thrusting the hips forward. And watch the hands. Look how long, slow, and draggy. And more than anything else, how linear it is. It's attack forward towards the ball, not inside the rotation. Here you just get a low ball, you buckle the leg, and you reach for it. Again, once the leg buckles so badly here, it's hard to get the upper body to rotate in a tight framework if you don't have a good hip rotation. They work together. Your launch angle was pretty good, but again, this is such a long, slow swing. There's no stab, no snap. Let the top hand come off of there. Just a myriad of problems with it, which we had to use some drills to fix. Again, it starts with the lower body, not getting a tight rotation. The hips aren't torquing against one another. The rear hip or the front hip should have the leg straightened to drive it back. And again, you see the same thing all the time. If you don't get a good rotation, what we really want to do is rotate, stab the hands to the inside at the plane we want to hit the ball, and then flow into the snap or work on the snap. You know, some people will feel the snap more manipulation, others will just flow into it. Look how jammed your arms are, and look how they come straight ahead. You just aren't stabbing inside the rotation. Watch Brett here. He'll do the rotation, there's a stab, and then into the snap while he continues to rotate around, and a follow through coming around like he's going around a hula hoop. Jeremy Eisenhower, long haul bomber, pro player, small guy too. Watch how his hands drive inside following the rotation. That enhances a bad head coming forward, and you get a much sooner, crisper snap on the ball. So look at here, no stab, top hand comes off. You're just kind of waving at it, just kind of whiffing at it. Look at that stab to the inside, real quick, compact, short, and working in coordination with the hips and the shoulders. Look how you lunge your head, and look how that brace leg is straight up and down. It's a brace leg, so we have to drive the hips back. See how you drift forward on it? Not a bad rotation, but we gotta get the brace leg out, and look how much tighter. Drive that hip back. Look how the hips torque against one another. Front hip drives back, rear hip comes around. It's a twisting motion, torquing motion. Your shoulders got to torque with it. We added the ba-boom to it, and actually a nice rotation there. You did that really well in the drilling. Brace leg out in front. Also, I pitched you some balls that said use the hips as your timing. Great swing right there with the hips, body angle, and shoulder. Shoulders following the same position as the hips. Using the swing simulator as a slide tube, look how your shoulders turn, you stab to the inside. We went over to the heavy bag. Watch the hands come up, then they come back down. You got to learn that you stab A to B on a straight plane. I gave you the bat. We worked for a little while. Look at there. Rotation, stab to the inside, and snap. Now, here's one of the first swings off the tee. Look at how you just, it's one focus, but look at how you just kind of roll ahead. The hands go straight forward. Again, you're not swinging inside the rotation. You're not stabbing inside the rotation. You're going linearly forward. This is a little later on. Watch the rotation. You're stabbing inside the rotation, brings the bat ahead forward into the point of impact, but the top hand comes off early. And what I surmised was you're just not stabbing the top hand and finishing it through. Your top arm or left arm is not extended. So went out on the field here, and you can really see that's evident. You're stabbing mostly with the right arm. The top hand just comes off much earlier. You're not extending and driving that through. When you stab, the top arm continues to stab because it's got extension left in it and can go through. So here's day two. Went back to work on the ba-boom, the rotation. Rotation is really good. And we want to torque the upper body at the same time, and even more so with the hips, because the upper body can flex more at the end of the swing than the hips. That'll keep you inside a nice tight arc. If you look at the perfect snap here with the axe, watch how you rotate ahead, but then you just kind of go straight ahead. So the old habits die hard. That's a pretty linear swing. And using the swing simulator, again, the same thing. You're stabbing, but your shoulders aren't rotating. Watch Brett's shoulders, and look how radically those hands drive inside the ball, following the rotation. And when they come inside the ball, they enhance the snap. Again, that's just a straight attack forward. The shoulders are turning, but it's pushing everything forward. You want to make sure you have a nice tight arc. Stab within the arc and flow into the snap. Again, look at Brett. You can see the overhead's just incredible how tight that rotation is, and how those hands follow the rotation with the stab. Working on the perfect snap of the choked up bat again. It's linearly forward, so we work on rotating and stabbing to the inside. See, again, too linear, your arms are fully extended and you're way out ahead. So going back to the swing simulator, using the slide tube, look how you rotate and stab to the inside, much better. Now using this as a swing simulator, we're holding as a bat, you go into the snap. Again, it's inside the ball, good. And then here's your swing. Want the hand path to go down to the point of impact. Wait, stab and snap, really good, vastly improved. Now when we get off the tee here, we want to work on hitting some backside because you play 3 guys in right field on you. Look at the hands travel inside. Look how we flow into that snap. You're manipulating the snap, but again, you need that's a minimum of rotation that you have. And then when we went off the tee, again, there's lack of rotation. Look at the shoulders stop. It's a straight forward towards the ball swing. See the arms extend out. The shoulders aren't rotating, pulling that lead hand around in an arc or driving around in an arc with the stab. No good. Now we went to the jimmer stick, and you're one of the guys that really swung the jimmer stick pretty good. Watch your rotation. You're stabbing to the inside, enhances the bat forward, and you finish like you're going around a hula hoop here. So again, this is what we want to get. We want to get that tight rotation, not have that front leg buckle. I know it's a lot. It's only 2 things, but it's a lot. And again, working backside again, point of contact is back, and it makes you much quicker. Look at how the hand stabbed to the inside. Just a really great snap right there. A phenomenal job. You start out, I think, at 57 miles per hour, and you finished up at 69 for an average. You hit 80 at the end, but you know that's a really nice tee swing there. Again, watch the hands rotate inside, and then the snap comes. But again, I think you're a little early coming off with the top hand, which means your backside isn't as good. Now here's some of the first live swings end of day 2. Look at the hands again, extend straight forward. The old flaws you have will always come back. So we had to work just on rotation and stab. And here's another swing here where you rotate and stab pretty good, but look at the front leg buckle. So just drilling, Joe, drilling over and over and over. Static hip drill, ba-boom hip drill, and using the swing simulator. That's a nice hand path, a nice stab to the inside, but you know, again, watch the hands go forward, forward, forward. They're now within the rotation. You roll over a lot of those. So great session, Joe, and I know you're going to be a powerhouse, and this is going to stop playing at 220. Enjoyed working with you.
Look at that. Nice job. That was a nice swing, but that was. Look at that. License says 5'4", about $140.
So that bat's almost longer than you.
The bat is definitely bigger than me, absolutely.
Joe, a phenomenal change around from the start. You had a poor swing at the start and really showed signs of some exceptional looking swings here, and especially off the tee and drilling, it was almost perfect at times. Last ball you had was one of the best ones you hit of the day. I had you go to the ba-boom, just saying ba-boom and not think of anything. 2 bad swings. The last one I said focus on something. What are you going to walk away with? What was that focus, and what are you going to walk away with?
It's the rotate and the stab. I mean, that just mantra is going to help me, I think, tremendously. And I can tell the difference between when I do that properly and when I'm lazy through the zone. And the difference in the swing and the difference in the outcome is night and day when I do it correctly.
And when it goes bad, what do you think goes bad for you the most?
I don't have enough of a stab, or I'm only using one hand and not stabbing enough, I think, to the inside to really get the rotation in there. And like you can tell the difference when there's no rotation and no proper stab.